sharing the word, living in love, walking by faith. Word of Faith presents 30 Days of Prayer. Here's a brief message from our pastor and our lovely First Lady, Minister Sherry Walker.
Welcome to day 24 of our 30 Days of Prayer.
Today I have the privilege of being joined by Word of Faith's first and my only lady.
Today we want to pay close attention to a particular type of prayer this morning.
There are many different forms of prayer that are addressed in Scripture, and today our focus is on the prayer of agreement.
Matthew chapter 18 verse 19 says, "Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them."
The words printed in my Bible are red, which means they're the words of Christ himself. And he says there, "Again I say unto you," meaning obviously it's something that he had said before. And if he had to repeat it, evidently it was important. So the things that I want to place particular attention on today are, one, agreement. The great thing about having a prayer partner is you have someone to pray with. But in verse 20 it says that when two or three agree, that he's there in the midst. So being in agreement brings his presence. But the key is that we agree. In the Amplified Translation, it says that to harmonize together, make a symphony together. I had the privilege of attending the symphony on a number of occasions. And before the conductor gets up, even though you have all these professionals, it's just a bunch of noise because everybody's doing their own thing. But as soon as the conductor gets up, they get into one accord, they make one sound, and they harmonize. Well, conversely, when we agree, we get the conductor's attention. So the importance is for us to agree. The second thing that I want to point out is that it says there as touching. So many times you hear believers say, let's touch and agree. Well, touching and agreeing has nothing to do with touching the particular thing you're praying for or even touching each other. You can touch and agree from across the room or across the globe.
The Amplified goes on to say, about whatever, anything, and everything they may ask, it will come to pass and be done for them by my Father in heaven.
So the key is to agree, and that your requests line up with the Word of God. Then step back and let God do the rest.
For God answers prayer.